Hello and welcome to Up the Turnpike, your source for New York Islanders content, both here on YouTube and over on Patreon, where we do our podcast twice a week, including the summer. So sign up today at patreon.com/uptheturnpike. P.S. I've re-recorded this video because I crapped the audio beforehand. I don't know what I was doing. The minus 20 dB thing was on my microphone, and so it was a lot lower than it should have been. My bad. I'm re-recording, so it's a little bit louder, so you can actually hear me this time. But the purpose of this video is not to talk about my failings with my own microphone that's in front of my own goddamn face all day long. It's to talk about the New York Islanders general manager search and when I suspect they should have said general manager in place. Now, as it stands right now, we are April 28th at 5:36 p.m. Not that that time really matters, but it's April 28th, end of April. I think the new general manager needs to be in place within a month, which is lofty-ish in a way when you consider all of the people that they're going to probably be interviewing for this role. They're casting a wide, John Collins is when I say they, John Collins, minority owner, is going to be casting a wide net to find this new general manager. But not only do they have to find, create a short list of people to interview, they've got to interview them and then whittle that down with multiple interviews, I would imagine. So a month doesn't sound like a long time to hire someone, but it actually is when you consider all the steps that they're going to have to take. And the reason I say that they're going to have this new general manager in place within a month is that we've got a really important date 2 months from now. And that's the draft here is on June 27th and June 28th. Really, the first date is the more important part here, but the Islanders have a big day ahead of them on June 27th. They have the 10th overall pick as it stands right now at the NHL draft. And the main job of this general manager isn't just to reshape, the developmental process of the organization. It's to reshape the current roster of the squad and the roster within the next couple of years. And a 10th overall pick is going to play a massive part in that. And so this new general manager has got to not only be on the job and comfortable in the job, but they've got to be comfortable with the scouts that they have and the scouting information that they have available to them when it comes to making that 10th overall pick. Now, I understand when Lou came in, it was kind of the same situation. He came in end of May, right? It was like May 21st, 22nd, I think he was hired, maybe even 20th. It was around my birthday, that much I remember. So pretty comfortable on nailing down a date there. It gave him a month to get ready for that draft when it came to selecting Oliver Wahlstrom and Noah Dobson in that first round. This new general manager is going to need that same amount of time just to nail that draft selection. But as you all know, the draft in and of itself isn't just about drafting that specific player. There's a lot more that becomes available around the draft in players in other teams and other markets that become available as other teams get ready for the off season. But it's not even just the draft. Although, just a quick pin on that, we don't just have the 10th overall pick. We do, but we have a chance to move up from that, right? Like, we have a 3.5% chance of drafting first overall and a 3.7% chance of drafting second overall. And if we just try the mock draft here, if I sim the lottery, I'm going to do it twice. 1 and then 2. We don't win either of them. I was hoping we'd win. We didn't, whatever. But if we move up in that draft, that changes a whole lot as well. So this general manager is going to need to wrap their head around that entire process leading up to the draft. But beyond that, free agency is 3 days from the NHL entry draft. So not only do they have to wrap their head around the process of who am I drafting with my 10th overall pick, or hopefully better, but I also have to figure out what am I doing with some of my current restricted free agents? What am I doing with some of my unrestricted free agents? And what am I doing with some of the unrestricted free agents available out there, a la Mitch Marner or whoever else? That's a lot that this new general manager is going to have to do right out of the gate. And so we're giving them a month to wrap their head around that. It's not a lot of time, but it's a lot that needs to be done. And so giving them a month, I think, is the most reasonable amount of time. We can both give the hiring process to Jim Collins and his staff and to this new general manager once they get into the job to, get ready for these big marquee items that they're going to have to nail if they're going to succeed kind of right out of the gate. So to me, a month. We have a month to hire this new general manager, and that gives them an optimal amount of time to get their house in order, at least in terms of the current playing squad and the future playing squad, in terms of the draft picks and so on and so forth. That doesn't even get us into like the coaching staff that they're going to have to rehire or hire at both the NHL and AHL level. It doesn't get into the developmental side of things and anything else. So it's like there's a lot of work that this new general manager is going to have to do. That's why I'm saying they've got to be in place within a month. And if it becomes any later than that, we are doing them a disservice. So hopefully it's all done within a month. The Islanders have done this before. Again, I harken back to Lou Lamoriello when he was hired. It was late May when he was put in the position. So fingers crossed that that's what happens with this new general manager. And we set them on the right path right from the get-go. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this video. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us a whole lot in growing this channel and reaching more Islanders fans. To all of those who have hit the like and subscribe button, thank you, thank you, thank you.